Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Toonkind at 12 FPS. Uh, Today we are playing a game called By Design. Uh, today, your two players are me, Oatmeal, playing the professor, and also.
Yeah. Hi. Hello. It's me, it's Dew, WP, Judy Kieran. I've got many names. Um, I'm the server's local soundboard. I make funny noises with my mouth. They'll either make you go hee hoo or they'll make you go lach. It's a bit of a toss up. Today, I'm going to be playing little pot porridge because they have found something uh, very interesting lying around. Wouldn't you say, Oatmeal?
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's see. On some sort of pretty random street in Toontown. Um, Actually, I will say, in this neighborhood of Toontown, there have been recently um, a lot of appearances and disappearances, and reappearances and disappearances and reappearances, because what the professor has been doing is parking the ellipsis in various different places in this same neighborhood, just sort of changing up the street, um, but not really much else because sometimes people have to reach you, but at the same time, he hates being stuck in one spot, so he changes it. Also, she's not very good at parking in the same exact spot too many times in a row, so, sometimes it just happens and it's not on purpose.
Look,
But that's
sometimes
okay.
sometimes the ellipsis isn't comfortable sitting in one spot for too long. And she's valid. She ain't designed to sit. She's designed to go
Mm.
and move. So also I just like to imagine that if the professor ever tells anyone where to find him, it's on the same street, but he he parks like outside of a different building. He just gives them a different number, and there's like a load of different people he knows who all have like different numbers. Like someone's got, oh, it's number 49. No, it's number 26. No, 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 it's number 19. I'm pretty sure it's 19. He gave me 19. And all these people are just like, what the fuck? You've got 19? Okay, I've got 19, but this guy's got 18. No, 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 this guy's got 26. No, he's got 42. What the fuck is going on?
You're not wrong. That is kind of what happens. Um, he'll kind of point somebody to like a street or like just the neighborhood in general and just be
Yeah.
like, you'll find it. Like, have a walk around. It's good for you. It's nice out. Um, whether it is or isn't. But in any case, uh, he is appearing today on let me just say Lily Bad Street number between 19 and 21, and the ellipsis appears, disappears a little bit, uh, appears a little bit more, disappears a little bit, and appears fully with a thud. And there was this red phone box. It's fairly tall, got a bit of a light thing on top that flashes when it's going in and out of, well, existence. Um, and but she's landed, and the door opens, and uh, the professor rushes out and just sort of jogs in a general direction down the street. He's got his hat on and his coat, and seems to be in a bit of a hurry today.
Hmm. I wonder what that's all about. Give me just a moment. I'm gonna roll some things. Oof, buddy, come on. Oof, buddy, come on. Ah, cool. Okay. All right. Okay. So that is 7 plus 5. No, I forgot the exclamation mark. Oh well. But basically, that is a 12 on my stealth, my word porridge. What's up, buddy? And that was with advantage too. Um,
Hmm.
I mean, you can roll perception with disadvantage if you like. I'll explain the
Hmm.
disadvantage if you actually manage to see this.
Yeah, actually, I will say he's distracted enough. I think I'm just going to use my passive of 13. So I think he notices that there is a person there, that there is a toon there,
Now,
if they are a toon.
the thing is, Professor, as you're passing by, you don't
Mm.
actually see anyone. Because
Ah.
you see, it's kind of odd. You think you see like a weird shift in the air nearby you,
Mm.
but it's like air slightly distorted, like looking through water, almost,
Mm-hmm.
but not quite. But naturally distracted, you don't know if that's something you need to investigate or if you're just in a hurry to get somewhere else, man. Like, I don't know, what would the
He
professor do
is, yeah, he is kind of busy, and this is Toontown. Weird stuff happens. He's going to keep going.
there? Nice. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, everyone, the reason that the professor doesn't know what's going on, Porridge is invisible right now. And the thing is with Porridge, usually they're in Villestown, but just for today, they're in Toontown. Don't worry about why. But they've been kind of picking up on a few things. It's really weird. It's like just get like little cling, cling, cling. It's like little pings almost. They pick up a little like weird, not quite magical, not quite technical pings of something along this street. And they are very curious. They're a very nosy little lot. And they want to know what the heck that thing is. So, Porridge is going to roll investigation. And they are going to. Oh, this is what you get a nat 20 on, is it, boy? 28
Ooh.
in an investigation. They are looking for that
Wow.
box.
And they find the box. It is bright red and not really hiding.
Man, I mean, gosh, Porridge is just gonna like. What would you? Would I have to roll like Arcana or something to identify what this is?
Um, to identify that it's anything other than a phone box,
Yeah.
yes. With the investigation, you can tell it's a slightly worn, just sort of red, reelkind make phone box, made of metal and glass, um, and it's got frosted windows, um, and it seems to be dark inside, and it's your sort of standard 3x3/4x4 ish sort of, yeah, space for one person to stand, 8-ish feet tall, maybe.
Oh gosh, you're not gonna believe me, Oatmeal. I just rolled Arcana, which is the same mod. Oh,
Mm,
27.
no way.
27.
Okay. Okay. Man, wow.
Porridge is picking
Uh
up signals. Let's be real. Porridge has been picking up weird signals, and they have identified
mm,
probably that the weird signals are coming from this thing.
mm-hmm. So yeah, with the Arcana, this thing is uh hmm hmm um it's let's see, do you have any sort of sense for magic, or
I will
because
say
I'm trying to figure out how you pick this up.
I'm gonna type in the chat, because just for
Uh-huh.
recording sake, I won't say.
Oh, okay. In that case, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. So while there's no like runes on the outside or anything, and it's not actively doing anything magical, um, uh, it is upon closer inspection, and now that you've rolled an Arcana, you're checking it out with sort of that in mind.
Hmm.
It's giving off a hum as if it's alive, but it's unclear whether it's um in like in a machine way, or a living thing way, or both, question mark.
Hmm.
And in addition to that, this box is practically practically dripping uh with both temporal and spatial magics and energies.
Ooh.
Um so this is a very very magical item um that has probably at the very least been through some weird time events and also um seems to have some connection to uh what is it, like, is it, it's usual, I think conjuration is the school of magic that like the moving
Yeah,
spells
the moving of
go into
things.
usual. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Porridge haven't picked all this up. Their antenna is sticking straight up, and their little pupil, little arrows that surround their little pupil are just whirring, and they're looking at this thing, and they're gonna motion to go inside, and they are just gonna say, "Oh, hello, baby."
Aw. Uh that's so cute. But you you are in luck because uh for once the door is unlocked. Um and actually might not have even closed all the way
Oh my
properly.
gosh, the professor, mate, you can't do this.
I
You don't run out of the
know.
house without locking the fucking door.
I
All
know.
sorts of
But
things to get in there.
that's usually something that she does, but he doesn't close the door right, so she couldn't lock it.
Oh my gosh.
But I know.
Oh
So,
gosh, man. I'm shaking,
um,
man. I mean, I know his
so you
pockets
are
are only
able
what it
to
fits,
open
but
the door
I shake him.
and I know and go in, but it is not a 3 by 3 sort of closet space. This is a 30 by 30 fully lit room in here. And I will put an image uh in the roll
Ooh.
zone. It's actually it's one of my old title cards, but I did end up rolling
Oh, that one. I
yeah,
think I
I
know
did
which one
draw
it
the
is.
console room at some
Oh,
point.
I remember that one. That was a good one.
Hmm.
If you haven't listened to that FPS, go do it. I will tell you the name once Oatmeal posts the art because it's very good. And you should
Thank
listen to
you.
Professor FPS's because they're good. But that was a nice whiz save from Porridge. Okay, that's good. Um,
Haha.
Maybe. Oh, Porridge just comes inside of this place and looks around at these white honeycomb shaped, hexagon shaped walls and the little beep boop beep boop console and just they just, oh man, they're looking around like crazy. They are floating very carefully around, like they are they're not touching anything yet.
Hmm.
They are, however, eyes kind of glued onto the console, and they're just
Hmm.
gonna float on over, and they're gonna just think a nubbin like very gently on the side of this thing, and they're gonna
Hmm.
tilt their head, and they're gonna cast message, which in Porridge's case, it's kind of like a pop-up text box where it's like a white
Mm.
border and then it's a holographic blue inside.
Mm.
So the ellipsis is going to feel Porridge cast this inside of her and
Mm.
is just going to see oh, hello, uh, you're you're very pretty.
Oh my gosh. Um. Oh boy, howdy. Uh. Roll a whiz save for me, please.
Cool, cool. You did well last time, mate. Come on. I mean, you're doing all right today, Porridge. That's a 16.
Oh, okay. You get you feel something. Porridge can feel something. Sort of tap their mind. In response.
Ooh.
And give a sort of uh a sort of vague like uh
Like kind of hello greeting kind of thing.
yeah, kind of a tentative greeting. Like this, it doesn't know you. Um Also, you can tell it tries to look further into your head, but it can't get anything.
Okay. Cool. All right. That's interesting. Cool. Oh, Porridge
Because you
feels
did
this.
pass, yeah.
I did indeed. Porridge feels this tapping and goes, oh, oh, you're, oh, 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 wow, oh, wow, you're really cool. Wow, what are you? You're really weird. I mean, like weird, but not like sorry. Wow, you're really you're different. You're very neat. What's your name?
Boy howdy. You uh you
Do you want me to
just
roll
sort
on
of get
insight?
like uh, uh oh yeah, go ahead and roll insight actually.
Let's see. Is this where you falter, mate? Oh, this is where you falter. That is a 9. That is a whole 9.
Oh boy. Okay, so uh you get you get a ping that can sort of best be described as no.
Oh.
You can't tell otherwise.
Oh my gosh, Porridge visibly sags. Like their
Oh
little nubbins,
no!
which were kind of whirring in the air as they were drifting along and looking at this. Like one was on the console, and the other two were just having like a little whir in the air, and their antenna was flicking side happily. The antenna stops, and then just drops to the back of their head, and their little nubbins just kind of drop to the side, and they just kind of droop, and they kind of slide down the side of the console. One of their nubbins is still on the actual countertop, and they're just like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to pry. I just thought you were like really cool and neat, and I don't think I've seen many of you around. You're really different. I don't usually get like work with things like you. Sorry, nothing. You're not a thing, right? I think you're a person. You're probably a person. And what would you like me to roll to identify um this thing? Like, would I have to roll like a history or an arcana to realize what exactly the ellipsis is? Do you think?
I think um what should you roll? History's
Go for
probably.
history. We can go for history. That's a not.
I was gonna
To not.
I was gonna say history or arcana, whichever one's better.
Can I go arcana? Because guess what I got?
Yes. Yeah.
Guess what I got?
What did you get?
Guess what I got?
No.
I'm not joking. This is
Oh
true.
my
I had a
goodness.
20, a 19, and I have another 20. Both the 20s have been on arcana. Porridge is
Wow.
clicking with magic today. It's probably like the amount of magic magic that's saturated along this street as well. Like Porridge has been floating around, picking this stuff up enough to kind of really connect some dots together as to what the hell this thing is.
Yeah. Um, let's see. Is there a thing for this? Let me just. Okay, you do get a sort of uh before I give you the result of this roll,
Yes.
you do get a sort of mental ping of like um sort of a feeling of like clarification, unintelligible, like it's
Like their
trying
name's
to say,
unintelligible.
yeah, something like that.
Ah, okay. You know, yeah, you know what? Porridge can probably get that. If you say that, Porridge is gonna. Oh right, okay. So you're oh right, okay. So you're like one of those really complicated. Oh, are you like one of those like too complicated to comprehend kind of things? That's really cool. That's really really cool.
There is a ping of like uh it's sort of like a positive ping, like kind of is the feeling you get out of that. Um, but as for the and sort of related, you're figuring out what this is. From the inside, you have a much better view. This is you you recall that while interdimensional spaces like this might be really like really common for toons, they are significantly less common for reelkind, and it's usually uh, it's usually some pretty strong magic when they do manage it. Um, but that's just the space. You can tell that this is a device meant for travel. Um, and from the console, it looks like it has six sides, six as you can observe, like discrete stations um, that you can surmise should be each assigned a person for piloting purposes. Um, these sort of doors on the one side, there was a set of like door shaped or door sized doors, um, which are probably go deeper into this space. And then there is a sort of wall mounted thing that um, is sort of a shuttered thing that might um, might have some sort of like a screen or display on the other side. Um, and you can figure out that this machine, um, based on like the dials and the controls, like it's got inputs for both spatial coordinates and um like what looks like times, like if uh
Like years and dates and such.
yeah, years and dates and stuff, and what could be called temporal coordinates, if you're at all familiar with that.
Yeah, I think.
But
Oh, sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to interrupt you, dude. Go ahead.
no,
Finish your thought.
but yeah, but it seems to be this machine is not of this time and not of this world, for certain. And that's it. Yeah.
Oh, that's excellent. Okay, I'm not even gonna roll mid-save here. Having done that Arcana, Porridge, who was kind of drooping against the floor, works up again, and you can kind of see that where Nubbin has come off the console now and joined the rest of their little body, and what was just a slow rotation of their arms and little Nubbin tail has gone. And they're just kind of whizzing around the console now at light speed, and you're having questions fired at you at rapid speed, like, so you travel through time and space, how often do you go? You need to recharge very often. Oh, how many pilots do you have? Is it like one huge pilot, or are there like lots of different people? Like, looks like 6. Are there lots of little people? Are they all stacked together? Oh my gosh, how many pilots do you have? Are they here? Mechanics? Do you have a technician? They take care of you? And it's just basically a stream of like technobabble and questions about how you work. Well, where did you come from? Like, also there's like spatterings of comments and compliments of like, you're so pretty. I wish I could get to work on something like you. You're so pretty, and I wish I could make something like you. You look so good. And they just kind of like whiz around. I'm gonna make a deck save actually, just to make sure I don't bump anything important. That's well, that's a 12. That is sure is a 12. And I suppose that'd be up to you whether that does anything.
Yeah. Let's see. I'm very tempted to make something.
That porridge knock something important.
Yeah, I think you hit a. I think Porridge hits a lever, and actually.
No. If you're gonna do what I think you're gonna do.
No. Well, maybe, but not anything too drastic. She's not going anywhere, but the lights go off, and back on again, and when you look now, although you could probably see in the dark, the interior doors are open.
Oh.
So it is very obvious that you jiggered something, but like, yeah, doors are open now.
Gosh. And the thing is Porridge gonna snoop, or are they gonna still just kind of sit at the console and just gasp over it still? I'm gonna roll an investigation to see if they will snoop. Let's see. No, that was under the keyboard. Let's do that again. Okay, that's a 12. I will say they kind of drift over towards the door, but then kind of stop and then go back towards the console and say, okay if I look around? Is it okay? I know I knocked the thing by accident. I'm really sorry. I hope I didn't hurt you. I hope you're okay. But like, is that the last? Is this? Can I? And they're just kind of bobbing in place. One of them obviously just pointed out, but the rest of their body is just like bobbing in place, pointing towards the door.
Yeah. So at that, you get a ping of like, am okay, and answers to your previous questions. One pilot, and what was the other main question?
That's a good question. One pilot, you travel through space and time.
That would be a yes.
Oh yeah, do you have like, I mean, other than like, do you have a pilot? It's like, do you have like a technician or like a mechanic on board sort of thing?
Yeah, I think just sort of sums that up with one person total, basically. Like one operator.
Did you say that Porridge just kind of stops and looks at the console and just squints because this isn't designed for one person. That's,
certainly not the person who left it.
No.
He doesn't have 12 arms.
No, not in this
No.
Porridge does their version of a squint in which the triangle circling the pupil of the eye just kind of move towards the pupil.
Mm.
And they look at the center console and they just
you only have one?
Yeah, and actually, as you look at the console again, uh, you can see, um, uh, you can see that a few things have been moved. Like you can see, like, um, you can see like marks where things have been moved, or like if something's a sort of standard array, a sort of standard control, like it will have been moved away from the standard, like things that should have been further apart are closer together than they need to be typically, but they facilitate easier reaching around. For basically, you can tell that this has been modified,
it's been
even though it was
jiggery-pokered.
originally exactly,
It's
even
been
though it has,
jiggery-pokered and fiddly-deed.
yes, so that it is still it's still really meant to be flown by 6 people, but it is slightly easier for a single person, or 2, 3 people maybe, to reach everything with some difficulty. But you know, you can only do as much as you can do.
Yeah, Professor tries.
Yeah.
Professor really tries.
Uh-huh.
She's just gonna squint at this console and then look back down the corridor, and they say,
If I ever get a chance to talk to your pilot, we're gonna have to address all that because I don't know if that's healthy for you or not. I don't think that's. I mean, as long as it's not hurt, I guess it's fine. You really shouldn't. That's not. I mean, as long as you're okay, I guess it's fine. But that's not. I mean, I need to talk to your pilot because that's.
actually, can I roll investigation to see how well this has been done? Like if this is like shoddy work.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, you
I'm
can.
gonna see, can Porridge pick up how other professors done this? Porridge? Oh, mate, come on. I mean, is +8 still good? Still, that's a 13.
Okay. I will say, with 13, you were able to tell that it has been done with great care. And it yeah, no, I think it's as much as I can say with for
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
That's fine. I mean, this is the
I don't wanna
first time
say
they've
too much.
been. This is the first time they've been in this this ship, so
Yeah.
they don't know.
Yeah. No, I always want to say more, and then I have to catch myself and be like, no, but the role.
Oh, I shake your hand so much, Oatmeal. Sometimes I'm just like, take it all, but you can't because of the roll. Although, to be fair, this is an FPS, and if you want, you can just say pack the dice and tell people. But,
Yeah.
if that's what we got, then that's what we got. So Porridge is just gonna kind of like nod their head and be like,
Mm-hmm.
All right. So long as it doesn't hurt, I guess it's fine. But
Mm-hmm.
right, yeah, I can go look. Let's go.
and they're just gonna turn around and go through the door and have a snoop. You don't snoop.
Uh-huh. Okay. I'm gonna let's see. I'm gonna There's my pencil.
Pencil.
Pencil. Where is it? Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Roll a d6 for that. Okay. You you go down the hall, and I guess roll perception.
Oh boy. Oh boy! This is where it gets fun, Oatmeal. Because the
Oh
fun
dear.
thing about my perception. Okay, you rolled decent on it, but still, funny thing about Porridge, their investigation is an 8.
Hmm.
Their perception is, in fact, oh, is it only -1? I thought it was a -2, but it's still not great. But I got a 15.
Ooh, you did. Okay, so 15. Much of the walls are still the same. The doors inset into the walls at various regular intervals are a lot of them look like they belong, and then a lot of them don't. Like they look like they belong at the front of some office building, or like some of them are wooden instead of metal. Some of them look very futuristic. Some of them look very old. It's a weird mishmash of sort of miscellaneous doorways. Um, and uh, let's see. Um, let's see. I didn't really have anything planned for that one, so I'm actually gonna roll again.
Go for it. If you need to roll again, my
Ooh,
friend. Ooh.
yeah. Okay, so the first well no, not the first. But uh you you are faced with a door that is very ornate and seems to be wooden. It's a very big heavy wooden door. Um would you like to open the door?
I mean, yeah, they probably are. Will I have to roll strength to open this?
No, actually you don't.
Hmm, okay. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, they are gonna they're gonna open the door. They ain't gonna check, they're just gonna open. They trust the
Yeah.
ellipsis not to hurt them, but they said they could explore, so this should be fine, right?
Mm-hmm. This room appears to be a humongous library. Um, and it has sort of three-tiered bookshelves in stacks that go on for a very long while. But at the front of the place is a sort of cozy sitting area.
Oh. Oh. Porridge sees this library. They are immediately going to investigate for a very particular thing.
Hmm.
That's an 18. Oh.
Ooh.
Okay. Let me just double check and make sure I've got that modifier correct, because if I do, then I might have to DM you something very quickly.
Mm.
Cool.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, that's a 26 for an investigation. Let me just
Mm-hmm.
sorry for people, there might be a bit of silence. I am doing a little typey.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Beep boop. Right, that's been sent to you.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine that this would be in here, considering
Mm-hmm.
considering
Ah,
yeah.
if the professor has been there, then probably. Um, if he has not, it would depend on um how how popular it is. Eh,
Sorry, I'm just gonna type. I realised I didn't really give much information.
yeah, yeah. Hmm. Ah, okay. he probably, if it's not like a sort of, it is the sort of thing that he would
Yeah.
know about, if it wasn't purposefully like hidden. Like if it was openly advertised,
Oh yeah,
he'd know about it.
this place is incredibly openly advertised.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's probably something there.
Ooh.
Um,
Okay.
so you're looking for I will say, like, in a library sense, what subject would this fall under?
So in a library setting, this could fall under. It would probably. I imagine this library is set by like dates instead of like by any sort of Dewey Decimal System. So it would be set. How? When was
It's
this
it's
set?
actually it's actually currently by the Dewey Decimal
Is it?
System.
Professor,
Yeah.
Professor, please. I'm gonna shake your man. He's a disaster. Um,
Every
gosh,
once in a while, he'll reorganize it,
gosh.
which is
Okay.
quite the process. But anyway,
This would probably be under like technologies then, like
ah,
just generic technologies.
mm-hmm.
Because this particular thing, well,
uh,
it's the kind of thing that Porridge would be looking for. So I would say Porridge makes it to that aisle and
mm-hmm.
finds.
I say it's a bit further in,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Okay.
and there's probably it's probably a big section,
Mm,
um, and I say for things that are specifically about that,
mm.
depending on how long it uh is around, then there's either a whole, like,
Yes.
a few feet worth of shelf devoted to it, or
Okay.
just a little bit, depending on how much there is published about it.
Well, there's a lot of promotional material, and this
Ah.
sort of thing has been around for at least a few hundred years. So
Mm-hmm.
I imagine there's like an almanac or like a compilation of each thing released. Each time one of these things happens, it's
Mm.
released as a like a
An
collection.
anthology.
Yes,
Yeah.
that'd be the word.
Mm.
Yeah, Porridge is gonna go look through those, and they're gonna try and find the correct one they're looking for.
Mm.
And that's a 15 plus 8. That's a 23. I think they find the
Mm.
book they're looking for. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Look,
Mm-hmm.
I will say as they're looking for it. Because there's probably quite a bit of content on this. Would you
Mm.
say that this particular book would be on a higher shelf, probably out of reach? Because Porridge is only Porridge isn't even 3 foot. Small.
Mm.
Very small.
Um. Let's see if it's a large. Let me just roll to see how high it is.
Go for it.
Um. It's 12 feet high.
12 feet. Give me a
Um.
second.
But there does seem to be you do notice that there is a sort of like rolling ladder, but you'd have to move it to get over here where you actually need it to be. But
Hmm.
it's
Now, you see, the thing with Porridge is they could do that, or they could do something else that they have. What's your other second level spell? You've already used one, so you've only got 2 left. Oh no, you've got 3. Ooh, okay. I can do this then. Yeah, sure. I'm gonna cast Levitate on myself and just
Ooh.
on up there. So Porridge, who was floating off the ground, is now floating even further off the ground, and
Ah.
they're just gonna reach out the shelf, pop the little nubbins on the side, and try and heave the book back. But I'm just gonna make a strength roll here to see if they can get it out, because I imagine there's quite a few books and it might be wedged.
It
Yes,
might
that's the
be.
roll I wanted. That is a 5.
Ooh.
5 plus
Ooh.
1. That's a 6. Porridge cannot get this book out.
Ooh. Okay. Hmm.
I just imagine it's just Porridge is just like,
Are you so stubborn?
And they just give one last oomph, and the book comes a little unwedged. As it does, it kind of sends them back into another shelf behind them.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if I'd have to roll anything to make sure that shelf doesn't get knocked over. Although then again, Porridge is very small and not very heavy, so maybe they don't even touch this shelf. They just get.
Well, the shelf's quite secure. It can't get knocked over, but you might knock over things on the shelf. Um, Man, what do you roll for that?
I don't know. Friggin'
Dex, maybe?
Let's do a dex save. Come on, Porridge.
Yeah.
You got a ton. Also, levitate is a concentration spell, so they are no longer floating. They are just probably gonna. That's a 6 plus 2. That's an 8. They don't catch any books, and in fact, I would say some books fall on top of them and just. Luckily, it's only 12 foot, so they don't take any fall damage from that. Oof. There's just like a. The pile of books fall on top of Porridge.
Oh boy.
Gosh, and they're just kind of like.
Come on, really? Really? Come on, I just wanted the book. That's it. I just wanted to get the book. Why does it always happen? Laura always told me I was clumsy, but darn it.
And Porridge just kind of wiggled a little bit trying to get out. But with an 8, they ain't going nowhere. Would you say at this time, perhaps the professor returns from whatever the heck Professor has been doing?
Yeah, I think so. I think he returns from his various and sundry errands, and by the interior doors. Actually, no. Let me see. Let me roll for this.
Go for it. Please do.
Oh no. Okay.
Oh, no?
Let me roll for the ellipsis. Okay. Let me roll again for the ellipsis.
What? What?
No.
What?
Oh my god. Okay. So, let me gosh darn it. Okay, so the professor has been in the console room a few minutes before the ellipsis gives him a sort of telepathic ping, and he just kind of like uh not that anyone can see, but like he he like jumps a foot in the air and like runs into the interior of the ellipsis. um, and um let's see.
I just imagine as he gets closer and closer to the hallway, you just hear like a quiet, steadily getting louder kind of noise.
Oh my god.
It's coming from your library. Why is that noise coming from your library? Usually it's the console making that noise, and usually it's probably not your fault. But hey, why is that noise coming from your library?
Yeah. So he the ellipsis manages to sort of give a slightly more informative message, a little bit, sort of. And he opens the door to the library. It really yanks it open and just sort of launches himself inside, and he hears this noise, and he's just like, "What on stars?" And he goes running towards the noise.
Cool. I'm gonna roll another perception for Porridge. Do you hear anyone coming after you, mate? That's a 9. I think you're too busy trying to shove books off yourself, mate. Porridge is just.
I did not sign up for this. I just wanted to get the book. I just wanted to get the book. You said this would be okay, and then you throw books at me. Come on.
he turns the corner and he says, "What are you doing in my ship?"
The roll was saved. That's a 1. I know what you do. You dumb little bot. I love you. I love you so much, Porridge, but this is not what you should do. You say, what are you doing in my ship? So that's a 3 in total. Porridge looks at you, and then it doesn't do anything. Porridge casts invisibility again, and that's their last second spell slot gone. It doesn't do anything because you just saw them do it. They were there. You saw for like a second, like a tune of some sort, probably.
Right.
It's blue with red stripes. Then it was
Yeah,
gone.
I'm gonna roll Dex because the professor upon seeing this is going to where's my no modifier. All right, that's fine. Just a straight up 16. He lunges for what he saw disappear and tries to grab Porridge.
I mean, Porridge isn't moving. Porridge is still stuck under the books. You certainly get something. It doesn't feel like a book, but it does feel very smooth, and it feels like it's trying to. Actually, I should probably roll contesting against this, shouldn't I? I'm gonna roll athletics because I want you to kind of not well on this. Yeah, that's a 9. Something is wiggling in the grip, and it feels kind of smooth, almost plasticky. And it feels like you're gonna lose your grip, but you don't. Like, you have a pretty firm grip on this thing. And you just hear a,
Hey, let me go, let me go, let me go, let me go. No, 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 don't touch me, don't touch me. No, 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 no.
Yeah, no, he keeps Porridge pinned and he says, "Who are you and what are you doing in my ship?"
Who are you and why are you putting me down? Let me go, let me go, let me go.
No! You're the intruder.
I'm gonna roll another with save. Do they notice that? My gosh, Porridge. Baby, please. That's a 6. No, they're still struggling and they're not listening. They are being pinned down. They're just, no, 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 no. Let go, let go, let go, let go. And let me just roll another thing because their invisibility hasn't worked. So, next stage. Let's see. Ooh, that's an idea. I haven't used that in a while.
I will say, I'm gonna roll insight for the ellipsis.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, that's very low. Even with a modifier, that's not gonna do it. So, scratch that idea. Go ahead.
Cool. Let me just roll something quickly. Just a quick question. How much health does the professor have?
Oh, all of it at a grand total of 51 hit points.
Okay, that doesn't do it then.
What?
So basically, you do get hit by this, but it doesn't do anything for you. Porridge just cast color spray. So seemingly out of nowhere, you kind of don't see it, but you definitely feel it happen. You feel colors just kind of, well, not colors, but you feel something just kind of splash onto you, and you can kind of see a weird shimmer over like the sleeves of your coat and your trousers. And by the way, I did listen to the FPS. I'm so sorry. Your coat now has color spray stains on it. So
that's fine.
Have also been caught up in this. And this thing that you're holding is still just sounding,
let me go, let me go, let me go.
No. he says, "Tell me your name and I'll let you go."
Oh, ooh, okay. Give me a second. Porridge pauses in your grip. Whatever this thing is pauses in your grip, and you can kind of move slightly, not out of your grip, but just kind of move, adjust itself.
Mhm.
You would say,
You you tell me your name first, and then I'll tell you my name.
No, reverse that. I'll tell you mine, but you tell me yours first because this is my ship.
Wait, hang on. You're the pilot. You're the pilot.
Uh,
You're the pilot of this thing. Wait. Okay.
uh,
Yeah.
yes, I am.
Okay. Okay. I thought you were just like another person that walked in.
No,
Okay. Let me go.
tell me your name first.
roll insight.
Oh my gosh.
Please.
Um, uh, what is your modifier, Professor? Um, is it Eddie good? No, not really. Um,
Oh, well,
13.
okay. 13 total?
Yeah.
Cool. Ooh, okay. You feel this thing again wiggle a little bit. At first they seemed kind of like okay once they knew who you were, but you asked them their name and they just start to wiggle again, and they're just you get the feeling that asking this thing its name, man, you don't know. You can't tell if it's like it might just be like a phase thing where asking someone their name or putting a name is like a weird thing. You
Oh.
don't know if it's that, or you don't know if it's just like it could be they don't know their name. It could be a phase
Mm-hmm.
thing, but you get the feeling that if you keep persisting on asking their name, they're just gonna
Right.
struggle more.
Right. Okay. So like, yeah, this is an avenue not worth pursuing.
Yes.
He just sort of like he sighs and he rolls his eyes and he does let them go. And he
Cool.
says, "Well, you better decloak so I can see you if I can't identify you by name then."
I'm gonna roll quick intelligence check. Can you remember? Oh, these rolls. These rolls are beautiful. Professor, you get a very. I mean, you don't get a look because you can't see it, but you get the impression that it's got like a. In fact, actually, you hear it. You hear like a noise. Very tunage kind of
Mhm.
noise. And you just hear a.
What do you mean? Drop the cloak. I'm not. I'm not doing anything. It's like, can you not see me? Are you not? Do you not have like? Are you like What's the word? I mean, are you blind? Not rude or anything, but like if you're blind, then that's fine. But
You're invisible.
Oh, wait, what?
And they just look down themselves.
Oh. Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Right. Huh. That's different.
And they just pop the cloak. And Professor, in front of you is now. Before you saw this tune question mark. They
Mm.
were blue and red.
Mhm.
What's before you now? They're not blue and red. They are now like a steely grey with
Ah.
oh gosh, where's the reference? They're a steely grey with like dark green stripes. Um,
Ooh.
I haven't got a reference. I'm sorry, I don't know where I put it.
That's okay. It's okay.
As they drop their invisibility, the invisibility on the color spray is also dropped, and you look at your cloak, and oh man, you just got the thing dry cleaned. It's covered in red and blue splatters. Some of your books are too.
uh it's magical. He could probably undo it. He's got what's it called? He's got prestidigitation. It's fine.
This little bot is just gonna look around. I think
Are
that
the colors on his coat in the books the same as that are on Porridge?
No, Porridge. The colors that you saw before are now what seems to be on your and on the books.
Uh-huh.
Porridge is now a different color. They're not blue and red anymore. But Porridge will just kind of float up and say,
yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like bust in like here or anything. I wasn't gonna steal anything. I was just.
and they just all three nubbins just kind of wave in the air in front of you. As they continue on, they just say,
I wasn't gonna steal anything from you. I just, I mean, she let me kind of look around.
and as they say she, they just like gently on the bookshelf and look up at the ceiling.
She said it'd be okay for me to have a look around. I didn't mean to like break everything. That was kind of an accident. Sorry. I fixed it.
All right, I believe that you didn't mean any harm, but you really shouldn't have come in here.
Why? I mean, the door was open.
Oh.
If you didn't want people in, you'd probably shut the door. Just saying.
And as they continue, they just kind of float past you back to the main sitting area of the library and just kind of actually, you know what? I should roll something here because did they do it? Oh yeah, you probably see this. They try to be sneaky about this, but gosh, they rolled a whole four. You see them very unsubtly pick up one of the books, tuck it between one of their nubbins and the body, and just they seem to be trying to hide it from you as they just keep floating by back to the main area.
No, oh my god. Okay. Well, he only rolls an 11 for Dex, but he is going to just sort of try to run around them to like block them off. And he just says, "Hey, you just said you weren't going to steal anything."
I'm gonna roll something.
It's my book.
You can roll an insight to match the to contest this if you want.
Yes.
But Porridge looks down at the nubbin and the book underneath the nubbin between the body, like,
oh wow. I must have picked that up by accident. I'm really sorry. I was looking for this. I wasn't gonna take it. I was, I wanted to read it. It seems like, well, it seemed kind of important. So
Important?
Yeah, important.
What? Important for what? And how did you know it was important?
They just kind of freeze up, and you see the pupil, you see the yellow pupil just kind of like art around, like,
because it's relevant to my interests, mostly.
This isn't. This isn't exactly a public library, friend.
I'm sorry. I mean, you can take it back if you really want it. I wanted to read it because there's gonna be something in here for, that I could do.
and
What book is it? Let me see.
They hesitate like very briefly before holding the book out towards you.
My one question is, is this well, I think you've probably actually I don't know if we said it on the air yet, but is this book off planet related, and is this book related to the future in any way, shape, or form?
So it is off planet. But if you want to know anything more about it, I'm gonna have to ask you to roll. What will I have you roll here? Either a history or let me see.
Oh well, I mean, I'll roll a history. I got a. Let's see.
I mean, I can tell you that on the cover, it just says a specific date, and then collection anthologies of technologies released at this date. At the that's nice.
Yeah.
That's a 23.
He knows his own library pretty well, so
So I don't know if you've gotten this because you've personally visited this place, or if it's because you know someone that, like, I don't know, you did a favor for them, they gave you some books, is like a little favor back. You recognize instantly what the U1 system is. The U1 system, some people argue whether it's a planet or whether it is actually a whole entire solar system or star system. This thing, this essentially is just a giant convention. And every few years, you tend to say, like, it's kind of hard to remember if it was like 10 years or 50 years. Like, they kind of change it up sometimes. It's hard to keep track, especially with how much time travel you do and how it's measured. Every like 10, 50 years or some such, they hold these conventions for like technology, and basically it's a place for people that make new things to come and brag about the new things they've got, and essentially it's kind of a big competition. It's like a technology pageant. Except it's like, hey, look at my new tech thing. A, invest in me, and B, it's kind of like winner takes all kind of thing. In a way, you have heard there's been some like politics surrounding this. I mean, not many people like to admit it, but you have heard there are some politics involved in this whole thing. This particular book that's been handed to you is about 300, 200 years old.
Okay, so this has happened, chronologically speaking.
Sorry, yes.
That's good.
It's based in the past, definitely.
That's good, because if it was from the future, that would pretty much be an instant no, you can't read it. But as it is, he actually, I think I'm gonna do my own little investigation. Oh no, I got a crit fail.
Oh no.
Yeah. So that's nothing.
I would say with a 1, you're too busy remembering either how you got this book and the adventure that led up to you getting this book.
Oh, I was actually he was gonna try to investigate this intruder to see whether or not they looked like they were an off-planet make or not.
Oh, I mean, they're a Toon. They're a Toon.
Oh.
Toons, you haven't seen Toons elsewhere, as far as you know.
He hasn't, yeah. On the other hand, he does know that, like, there are apparently, like, base Toons or space, like, but he doesn't know if that extends beyond, like, their own moon or not, really.
I don't know if this is a spacefaring Toon, or, you know,
yeah.
if they're just like a Toon that's like, well, you ain't got a clue, mate. Because
no.
they come in all sorts of shapes and sizes. Toons, they're very funky.
Yeah, and that's a straight up 1. So yeah, no, he can't tell. He just he shakes his head. He says, I can't let you read that book.
Porridge doesn't really like. Porridge can't really emote because of their face. You do get the impression that there's a pout on their face right now. Just the way their eyes are just, the body is drooped and their eyes are just kind of squinted again. The arrows kind of whirling around the yellow pupils, going,
Why? Why didn't you let me read it? I know what that is. I know what I need it for. I just need to look at it briefly.
Because it involves a place that's more technologically advanced than this world, and I can't allow the cross-contamination of that sort of information.
You hear an audible noise. Even though Porridge doesn't have a tongue, you definitely hear a raspberry being blown, and they just kind of, a sofa in this library.
Yeah.
They just plop on the sofa, on their back, just go,
oh my god, it's technology. Why is it banned? It's development. I mean, come on, like, some of that stuff, I don't know what the big deal is. I mean, it's Just
Oh.
cool stuff.
Just technology. Just techno. Listen, all right. Maybe you're the sort of person who. Ah,
We are on a schedule.
oh my god. Sorry, my sister is.
You are fine, my dude. Oatmeal has been called away very briefly. And so it is just me at the moment. So how's everyone in the gallery doing? Are you enjoying this? Are you enjoying? Hello, hi Candle. Hello.
I'm
Comment.
sorry.
You're good.
I have been given an ultimatum
Okay.
of 1 minute to wrap this up.
Okay, that's fine. If you want, we can just just wrap it up here, just like a close. And if you want, we can continue this another day.
Yeah, I think if Porridge can give a good argument, he might let them read the book, but certainly
Persuasion.
not.
I'm just gonna roll
Certainly not
straight.
in his. Yeah, not certainly not out of his supervision.
Okay, that's a 7. That ain't gonna happen.
All right, not today. Maybe another day.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's fine, dude. I bet you. We shall maybe resume this another time. I will poke you at
Yeah.
Oatmeal. This was very fun. Thank you for letting me play with you. Hopefully,
Thank
we can get
you.
part 2 on this. If not, then we can just hash it out somewhere else. But everyone listening, thank you very much. For everyone live listening, thank you very much. And Oatmeal, thank you again very much for playing with me. This was delightful, and we will
Yes.
see you around.
Thank you, and thank you for being flexible.
Welcome. Farewell,
Yes.
everyone.
I will see you. Goodbye.